Mm.
Hey, welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. It is Bree. Happy Saturday. I'm joined by the team, Frank and June. How are you guys doing on this lovely early crack of dawn morning?
Hey, I'm good. I'm in New Orleans for Essence Festival. Tired. The concert didn't end until after 3 o'clock. We left at 2:30 in the morning in the middle of Laurel Hill session and was like, yo, we're going to bed. So I'm tired, but I'm here. Happy to be here with you guys. June?
Man, here. Had a long night last night cleaning up. It was supposed to rain over here in Jacksonville, like 78% chance. So that's why we didn't do anything yesterday, but it didn't rain. So I had to like impromptu, go get fireworks, and I had some in the garage already. So it just made things a lot easier, but still,
I feel you.
Okay, well, we just have a quick we have some quick short topics. We're going to start off with the positivity of it. Last night they released the first 10 of the top 100 players of the NFL from the 2025 season. And at number 100, we have Ladd McConkey, wide receiver from the Los Angeles Chargers. His 2024-2025 stats were 16 games, 82 receptions, 1,149 yards, 14 yards per run, 7 receiving touchdowns, and 2 fumbles.
Hmm?
Good
That's
job.
good.
Mhm.
To, for me, the top
yeah.
100, the reason I like watching it or like knowing about it is because this is voted by the players. You know what I'm saying? So to me,
Mm.
when you have players voting you at this top 100, saying that you're the top 100 player that year, out of over 1,000 players, that's big. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I don't get mad at who's in a certain place. Now maybe the top five, number one, I sometimes be like, ah, come on, guys, that's a friend. Like, what is that? A friendship bias, or But for the most part, I agree with the list as a whole. I'm happy he made it though, number 100. That's better than not making it.
Jim, or do you
Yeah,
want me
no,
to?
no, 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 100%, man. I agree. I agree, and I was kind of scrolling through because I think they put the golly, man. I want to say it was Jefferson. Was Jefferson number one?
Last
No,
year?
No, no, this year.
no, they do
No,
a 10.
they haven't done, they only did 100 through 91 so
It
far.
was it was
Yeah.
the other. So no, it was the other list. So there's a list of wide receivers that came out yesterday too.
Okay.
Um, and they had Jefferson number one. You remember that one list we spoke about last month, and it was like they had AJ Brown number one,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we spoke about it. Well,
Oh,
in
Pro
this
Football
list,
Focus, PFF.
yeah, so in this list they had Jefferson number one, and then Brown dropped to number three, with Jamar
Okay.
Chase being number two and Brown being number three.
Okay. I think it's amazing, especially as a rookie, to make the top 100, especially in Ladd McConkey's in his case, he had to fill the shoes and the void of like Keenan Allen being gone, and Mike Williams being gone. Um, Watching as a football fan and a viewer, and we've said it before, if Justin Herbert wasn't throwing the ball to Ladd McConkey, it was either incomplete pass or interception. And we saw that firsthand against the Texans in the playoffs.
Hmm.
We've seen that in the regular season. And I think he really stepped up and filled those shoes as a wide receiver and becoming and potentially being a wide receiver one for the Chargers this upcoming season because he really balled out. Okay, at number 99, you have defensive lineman Leonard Williams from Seattle Seahawks. His 2024 stats, 16 games, 64 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 11 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown.
That's good. Like I said, for me, most of them, it's I'm always rock with it because again, the players voted. You know what I mean? This is not like um people that didn't play the game or aren't currently playing the game. Like if we started doing the top 100, somebody might be like, you guys talking about? But no, I think that's good. Congratulations to him too.
Okay, at number 98, we have running back from Minnesota Vikings, Aaron Jones, 17 games, 255 attempts, 1,138 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, and 408 receiving yards.
What season he's on?
The Vikings.
No, not team season. What season? Like he's got how many years in?
Oh,
Well, I
want
was gonna
to say
say,
maybe like 8 or 9.
yeah, and that's good for him to make the list. That means just if you think about it,
I
for him
think
to
this.
make the
Go ahead.
no, I think for him to make the list now, I don't think he's been. I think he's been on the list before, but for him to make the list in this late in his career, because for running back that's kind of late. I think it's dope. That speaks volumes about what he did last year and how he impacted.
Yes. And then you also got to remember, I think this is one of his fewest like seasons where he played the entire season without being
hmm
injured.
hmm
Okay, at number 97, we have wide receiver from the Atlanta Falcons, Drake London, 17 games, 100 receptions, 1,271 receiving yards, and 9 receiving touchdowns.
That's good too. Drake, yeah, again, another good player, another good wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. At number 96, you have linebacker from Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Levante David, 17 games, 122 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery, 5.5 sacks. Good job.
Yeah, good for Levante David.
At number 95, outside linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals, Josh Sweat, 16 games, 41 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 8 sacks. Even though he's now, he's now on the Chargers. So I'm on the Cardinals, but he was a Philadelphia Eagle when he,
Yeah, hey, super proud of that man. He deserved it.
product of Florida State University right there.
Yeah, I like his little celebration. Never gonna forget.
Clock. All right, at number 94, we have tight end from the Detroit Lions, Sam Laporta, 16 games, 60 receptions, 726 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns.
Okay.
At number 93, center from the Kansas City Chiefs, Creed Humphrey, 17 games, 1,117 snaps, 0 sacks allowed. Good job. At number 92, safety from the Atlanta Falcons, Jesse Bates, 17 games, 102 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 defensive touchdown. And at number 91, quarterback from the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, 11 games, 2,867 passing yards, 19 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 49 rushing yards, 7 fumbles.
That's really good for him.
Yeah, I was about to say that. See, that makes me a little happy because
Yeah.
we give him that work pause on here. We really put him through the fucking ringer during the season here, and again, a accolade that's voted on by the team by players. To give him that recognition is dope. I compare the top 100 and getting recognized by that the same way they do the flowers on Drink Champs, and Snoop Dogg said he felt it's better than the awards you get on TV because this is flowers from your peers. You know what I'm saying? From people that you came up with, or you work with, or you compete with, and that's good for Tua, man. That's got to feel. I mean, I know it's not a Super Bowl ring, but it's got to feel good to at least make the 100 list.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next topic, we're going to talk about Stephon Gilmore. So Stephon Gilmore, he is not done with the game yet. He said, and I quote, "I want to play this year. It's just got to be in the right situation." He said on the Money Down podcast, "It's got to be the right situation for me. I'm just not going to sign anywhere. I still love the game. I can still contribute. I still got to be, it just got to be in the right place." How do you guys feel about him still wanting to play? Do you guys think that he can still make an impact in the NFL today? And what teams would you see needing him? We'll start with June.
I'll tell you, he sounds like a vet. He sounds like a veteran that's just trying to make a team that already has all the help. He's no longer going to be that Gilmore in the Patriots where he was young and he could do he could be on the other side of a average or little less than average DB or safety or whatever. He sounds like a vet that he he's if I had to compare him, I would say he's another Slay at this point. They're older in their career, they had great accolades, and they have to be somewhere with a supporting cast. There's no way he's gonna go to a team and he's gonna be it because
Hmm.
he's gonna look horrible out there. Um, but yeah, I mean, maybe a year or two. I really don't know, but if I had to guess, because damn, what was he in Dallas before, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
The last team he played was, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Dallas, and I didn't, from what I was watching, he didn't get a lot of negative feedback.
Mhm.
However, uh, yeah, I mean that's what I had to say. It just sounds like a vet that in the right situation with a supporting cast, he'll be all right.
And then if he were to be signed by a team today, what team do you think he will sign with and that would benefit with him?
I'll tell you what, it's gonna sound
That's not
crazy,
your team.
but
That's not your team.
I'll tell you what, no, we don't want him. Um, he's already got that Dallas thing. We don't want nothing to do with Dallas. We know that. Um, the last superstar we took from Dallas was DeMarco Murray. That didn't end up well. But
Right now.
I'll take honestly, I think if he as crazy as it sounds, if he goes if he be in the other side of Slay in Pittsburgh with with Ramsey being back there. I mean, that's a crazy trio right there.
Hmm.
Gilmore, Ramsey, and Slay in Pittsburgh. I mean, y'all just gotta worry about paying old buddy, but that's a different topic.
Um, Gilmore did good on the Cowboys. He did good on the Colts when he went to the Colts. He played well with us, and we got him from Buffalo. Um, he like June said, I don't think he's that shutdown corner like he used to be that could go man.
Mhm.
And remember that was a thing with him that he said he plays man. He doesn't play um on his zone defense. So he felt when they compared him to Ramsey at one point, he was saying he plays man. He doesn't play zone. So um I think with the right team. Now I wouldn't say Pittsburgh. Um I was thinking of the Ravens. I was thinking of the Ravens. Um a team that's trying to build something. We're not trying to build something, add pieces that are missing. Their defense is pretty good now, but that's what they struggled on the backside in the last year. I think with Gilmore, if they can get him at a friendly veteran price, and he can come with that expertise and help out the other players, and just sometimes leadership goes a long way. He has Super Bowl ring, I think, two, um, and with us, he made the interception in Super Bowl 53 that Goff took through, and he intercepted it at the end of the game, well, close to the end of the game, to get us the ball back. So him coming in there, I think, can help. So I would say Ravens. If you're trying to win right now, if you're trying to
Hmm.
go to the next level, I would go Ravens, or maybe back to Buffalo. Um, hell, I'll take him back in New England to help out with Gonzalez and everybody else we got out there as just a vet who played the system before. But yeah, I would say Ravens if he's trying to win.
For me, I agree with both you guys say. The team I can see him fitting, that already is building a strong defense that maybe need that veteran love because their backfield is really young, good but young. And I would say the Detroit Lions,
Mm,
I can definitely see him on the Detroit Lions. That defense is getting better and stronger as the years go on. They did have a lot of injuries last season, but they have a lot of like young players, and I think they need a little bit of veteran love when it comes to defense to strengthen up the defense a little bit. And I think he could fit in that system with Dan Campbell as the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I could definitely see him fit in that system. All righty. We're gonna save like the best one for last. All right. The next topic that we have is Titans stated that Cam Ward is not expecting QB1 job to just be given to him over Will Levis. So the Titans still have faith in Will Levis. And then the head coach stated, and I quote, "Will's just not gonna sit over here and say, oh, we drafted him. Let's go take him. Cam's not expected to just give it to him." They are going to do a quarterback competition, but as of right now, Will Levis is still the quarterback number 1, while Cam Ward is going to back him up. How do you guys feel about that?
I think I'm glad that's happening. Okay, I saw a video of him throwing the ball in Miami. Yesterday I saw it. He's out there practicing throwing the ball. I don't think it's fair when you throw some of these quarterbacks in the fire like that so fast. And
Mhm.
I tell you why. It's not because he's a rookie or anything. No, and it's not. It's because some of these you didn't get the number 1 pick because you were the best team or you had the right trade and somebody gave it up. You got the number 1 pick because 9 times out of 10 you sucked, right? And you suck so bad that you couldn't win more than half your games in the season to not be the number 1 pick. So I feel when you take a player like him and you throw him out there, it could impact his mindset, his confidence, and then the criticism comes out. Oh well, was he really a number 1 draft pick? Oh my God, look, he's in. It's not his fault in a sense. The team is what the team is, and he could only play the hand that's dealt. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a contradiction from what I say about Shador, but I think that Shador's football IQ and maturity is a lot different than Cam Ward's. That's what makes Shador best is intangible, is the knowledge of the game. So for me, hey, he'll start this season. Let's just be clear. He's gonna start the season. I think that if they want to start fucking losing, it's only a matter of time before he comes in. I don't know what their bye week is, but I'll say by week 4 to 5, I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Ward starts as number QB1. But I think it's smart to throw him out there. Will Levis out there, let him see. Remember, lessons are not only taught by good experiences. You learn lessons from bad experiences too. So by seeing someone play bad, or not, I shouldn't say play bad, making wrong decisions on the field with the ball, he can study the tape and say, okay, now I saw what he did there on this. Maybe I need to, instead of doing that, let me do something different, if that makes sense. So I think it's good for him.
No, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Jim?
No, you know what? I agree. I think the organization is in the right position at this point because now you're doing 2 things right now. And essentially is really helping out Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
It's applying that pressure to play extremely better than average. It's applying that pressure for you to understand that you can get something out of this, i.e., a bigger contract somewhere else, because you already know that next year, my guy, you're not going to be starting. So
Mm-hmm.
he could be a Baker if he applies himself. So this could be a whole Baker situation, and I say Baker for Mayfield for those that don't know, that's listening, but he could be a Baker Mayfield in the making if he applies and he doesn't make those crucial mistakes he was making last year.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could just be that backup because next year that's either you're going to be a backup there or backup somewhere else. And more than likely, you're going to be a backup somewhere else because Cam ain't
Mm-hmm.
going nowhere.
I agree. So we have the first preseason game coming up actually this month. It will be July 31st. It will be the Los Angeles Chargers at the Detroit Lions. So I know we're typically used to the preseason start in mid-August to the end of August. But preseason is starting at the end of July.
Is that the Hall of Fame game, or is that's preseason starting in the end? That's interesting. That
The
is so
whole,
Mm.
interesting. Did we miss something on the players agreement? Like with the negotiation? Did we miss something with them moving it up? Like, is it that?
it is the Hall of Fame game. I apologize. But the Hall of
Oh,
Fame game
okay.
is usually like the second week of August, the week before preseason.
Okay.
But no, so yes, the Hall of Fame game will be Thursday, July 31st, 2025, and it will be in Canton, Ohio, against the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions. And then NFL preseason will start August 7th.
Okay.
So
No,
August,
that makes sense then. I was like, damn, Eddie. So when's the? Because I was thinking like, when's the Hall of Fame game of that? You doing the first week of preseason? So that okay, that's cool. I don't know. I think it's good. We watched last year's Hall of Fame game. Remember, we watched it. So it,
it was the Bears and the Texans.
hmm
And we thought that Caleb Williams was gonna play, but he was on the sideline. He did
right,
not.
right, right. He didn't play.
Okay. And then Justin Tucker suspended the first 10 weeks of the 2025 regular season. Free agent Justin Tucker is suspended without pay for the first 10 weeks of the 2025 regular season for violations of the NFL's personal conduct policy. Tucker's suspension will take effect on roster cut down day, which is August 26th, and he will be eligible for reinstatement on Tuesday, November 11th. As with any free agent, Tucker may serve his suspension while not being under contract with a club. Tucker remains free to try out and sign with the club. If he is signed during the offseason, he may attend training camp and participate in preseason games.
Um,
Do you guys see a team picking him up?
no. I mean, somebody will.
Mhm.
He's a
They're
you
gonna
know,
need it. Yeah, if their kicker goes down, they're gonna.
yeah. He's gonna get picked up somewhere. My issue with this, and again, you know what? Maybe I don't want to go into it so much because of the fact that it's two different things. But what they put, what's our boy's name? What they put
Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson through, and all the stuff he went through, and he didn't even touch these women or anything. You know, it was. I don't think anybody said he sexually assaulted them. Like all it was inappropriate stuff. Um, and you sit here and it's like, bro, really? Like I can't. I don't know. To me, I think that's 10 games. Anyway, yeah, you know what? Somebody pick him up. Um, maybe that's why he was missing some of his kicks because he knew what he had going on and it was playing in his mind. But I'm not I don't agree with the 10 game suspension. But they put what they did to Deshaun Watson, and you ain't even doing it to this guy is crazy to me.
I also feel like with the Deshaun Watson um situation that happened back in 2021, it was broadcasted everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this one is being swept under the rugs. Like I feel like it's being like under wraps. Like they'll bring up like some stuff about it, but then it's just like it's like quiet. It's very quiet about his situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's winning out of the entire negotiate entire thing. He's winning in two ways. It's only 10 games I'm not saying it's right, but as far as the outcome goes, he's winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 10 games. He is who he is as a kicker, as a player. So he established that brand of his name already. So you already know someone will pick him up. And this does nothing but benefits him as a football player because he struggled last year. He missed more kicks than any other year, I believe. And now he takes he could take this opportunity to sit back, you know, go to his backyard, kick a little bit more rocks. or more beach balls so he don't hurt his foot, and
Hmm.
and get them things right because last year, as we all know, he struggled.
Yep.
Yes. All right, now the topic of the day. I think this is the big one that really needs to be talked about. Um, Shador Sanders, okay? So,
Mm.
Shador Sanders, CFL negotiation rights acquired by the Toronto Argonauts, okay? So Cleveland quarterback Shador Sanders has a fallback option at his disposal if the NFL doesn't work out for some reason. Okay, the CFL's Toronto Argonauts added Shador Sanders to the group of 45 players that the team wants on the negotiation list. The CFL's negotiation list is where the teams can claim a player's rights if they ever decide to pursue a football career in the Canadians League. While it's unlikely that Cleveland will release former Colorado standout before the start of his rookie season, he still competed with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson at the end of the day.
Um,
Oh, sorry. He doesn't appear to be the favorite to land the top spot of Cleveland's depth chart entering week one. Sanders was only one of the four Browns quarterback vying for the starting role to take no first team reps in the spring. Even if he isn't able to win the starting job as a rookie, Sanders can be a long-term option for Cleveland following an impressive 2024 campaign. Both Flacco and Pickett are set to enter free agency at the end of 2025. Your thoughts?
um, you remember we talked about how some teams only can uh get picked up by the Canadian League, CFL, or was it for the UFL or whatever? That some teams is, I wonder if that's part of that, where you could
No, so
only,
yeah, UFL and the CFL are different, right?
yeah.
So with the UFL, right? June, I know you weren't on that podcast, but with the UFL, right? So there are how many was it? I forgot, but each UFL team can
It's
only
for,
pick up players four from four teams. So for example, right? If I'm a UFL team and my teams that were given to me were the Steelers, the Eagles, the Jags, and the Patriots, I can only pick up players off of their practice squad or players on their roster. I can't pick up any players from the Detroit Lions or the Rams or the Seahawks or the Cardinals. I have to pick from those four specific teams. The CFL, I think, is different. I think what they can do, um, I'll fact check it later. I think what they can do is they can start making a negotiation list of players. That way, if they don't work out, then they have negotiation rights to picking them up for like first come,
Oh.
serve type of thing.
um, so when I first saw it, I had to read it because you see the thing. I'm like, what happened? Shador going to the CFL? Like, are they cutting him? That's what I thought.
Hmm.
Hearing you what you said now that they're not even getting first team reps, or he didn't get it, he's the one that didn't get it. It's weird because remember OTAs or whatever it was, or his rookie what practice, all that
Oh
stuff they
yeah,
had
the
going on.
rookie
They
camp.
were they kept talking about how good he's doing and how he's impressing the coaches and how he's the one that they even had segments. They had takes where they was talking about him possibly starting as early as like week 2 or 3, or even starting week 1 over Flacco and Pickett because he was doing that much better than the guy they drafted before him. Um, and now to hear that he's not even taking reps, I just feel like with Shador, because of his dad, because of everything, it's one of those things where I'm gonna mess with you, I'm gonna humble you, I'm gonna do things because I can't do it. I can't do it to the person I want to do it to, so I'm gonna do it to you
Mm.
to remind you that you just a rookie player in the NFL. You're a player. You don't come from you're not royalty. You know what I'm saying? But which is crazy because he is in a sense not royalty, but he's a legacy kid. If you think about it, his father's a Hall of Famer, arguably one of the best corners ever played the game, and that's not his fault. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's not. He's just a legacy kid. That's like Archie, the Manning, the Manning kid in Texas. Archie, he's that's not his fault. That his grandfather played quarterback. His uncles both have 2 rings. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like That's not his fault at all. So I don't know. I just feel like that's crazy. But at least it's not saying that he's going to the CFL. That's just saying that if he decided to go play with them,
They
they'd be
have
the only.
negotiation
Yeah,
rights.
that he's not going to CFL. I mean, I doubt. We see Shador Sanders at a CFL game as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
June?
I think it's bad for the NFL, man. To be honest with you, I personally think so. I mean, 'cause you got this kid, man. He's obviously talented, right? Is he the best thing out there since sliced bread? Not right now, but he's shown that he can be. And the way that they're just juggling this young man's career without a foot in the field, in the regular NFL season, I think it's a little bit wild. And like Frank said, he's not picking up. They're acting like he's picking up where Dion left off. He's not just
Right.
picking up them shoes that Dion just took off and he's putting them on. He's setting his own legacy. And
Right.
he can't help that he's cut from the same cloth as greatness. And for that same reason, I think they're making a big mistake with the way they're juggling his career because he is cut from that type of cloth as far as you know talent goes. So which is unfortunate. I hope he doesn't go over there, and I hope that one of these NFL teams, snap out of it and give him the opportunity because I think just like us, we want to see him out there. And if that's the case, that where you want to humble him, and if that's the case where you want to make example out of him, throw him out there in the field and let us all see why he is being juggled around that way.
I agree.
When I also read this, like them like immediately like taking like, the negotiation rights of him, I also think like, okay, um, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I could just be thinking too much into it. But I also think like it's like a money thing as well. Because his name rings bells, right? And I feel like what the Toronto Argonauts are doing is they're already claiming like negotiation rights, if so. Because it will bring money to the CFL because a lot of people want to watch Shador Sanders. And the reason why I say that is because if you've noticed, since there is like a lot of like good and then they'll put bad things out there, right? Like the two
Mhm.
speed tickets and stuff. And like, oh, is he going to be an issue in the NFL already? Hey, he's using his rookie contract to buy this car and this car and this car and this car. Like they're putting that that image of him out into the world as if he is going to be a problem. I don't like that
Hmm.
at all. I think that's really messed up. And I think that the Toronto was like, ooh, like this is our time to go ahead and claim negotiation rights because the NFL is already painting this narrative as if he's going to be the next Johnny Manziel, when it comes
Mhm.
to the type of character they're trying to portray on him. I don't think that's right as well. And I think like on the business aspect of the CFL and the Toronto Argonauts is like, ooh, let's go ahead and put negotiation rights on him now because if this quote unquote behavior, and I use that term very lightly because I don't think he's not doing anything wrong. But besides the speeding, I don't think anybody should be speeding like that. But they're like, oh, if we go ahead and put that, and let's say nobody wants him, we can go ahead and claim him, and that brings money to us because people are going to want to watch Shador Sanders because of who his dad is and what his name brings. That's what I thought when I seen it. Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I agree 100%. The thing with Shador, and we've talked about this plenty of times. Um, is like you said, his dad, his name, legacy, money. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need this. He doesn't need that. Um, it's like, why is he playing the game then? Is he gonna have the same passion as a person that comes from nothing and wants to play the game? People question his commitment to the game because, oh well, he has money. His NIL deal, I think the one previous before he left college was more than some of these rookie quarterbacks are getting now, anyways. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
um But I think they should just give this boy a chance, like June said, throw him out there. If you want to use the game as a gimmick, and you want to use the name as a pawn in the game of football chess to get you more views, get you more ticket sales, get you more everything, then yo, do that. But give him a chance then. Let like June said, let him get out there. And if he messes up, he messes up. He's not competing with his dad. His dad was a corner. Shiloh would be more of a person of comparison to the father. Shador's a quarterback. He's a quarterback. So I don't know, but I agree 100%. But the whole, but you, have you noticed that really, is it a lot? So is it any major headlines what they put out about this situation with this CFL team? No, it's not. But because it's just his name, it got put out there. You know, it gave the
Mhm.
critics something to talk about.
I always say if Adam Schefter and Ian Rapoport put it out, like
Yeah.
they're talking. If those two put it out on Twitter, Instagram, people are like, and when I say they're talking, I'm talking about big people above them.
Hmm.
They're talking, you know? Yep, so those are our topics for today. So nice episode, quick episode. Great topics that we had as well. Any closing remarks?
Um,
Go ahead, Drew. Go first.
no closing remarks. I'm excited. This is gonna start picking back up. Um, and along with the NFL season, we also have fantasy that we'll start pinging on too. So I'm excited for this fantasy year as well. So um, other than that, shit, man. Just look forward to adding this third Lombardi to my trophy case.
That's fair. Yeah, I just won it last year, so I don't blame you. I would feel the same way if my team would have won it. Um, now June said we picking back up, coming 2 episodes a week, something we haven't done ever before, and we're trying something new to give you guys more consistent content, shorter content too, not like our normal hour and a half, 2 hour episodes. So, we're gonna try to be more consistent and we're gonna improve all our stuff. So again, share, like, subscribe, let us know we can do better. Send us some suggestions. If you want to come on for a segment and feel like you can add value to one of our segments, go ahead, let us know. If we can make it work, we'll make it work. I'm out here in New Orleans. I'm see if I meet any players, but I doubt it because people are at training camps and getting
Mhm.
ready to start training camp. But um, yeah, awesome time, great episode. Thank you, Bree, for the topics. Um, Go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to Frank Presents the Play Call. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell all your friends about the podcast. Follow us on Instagram. The Bree Network podcast also has its own Instagram profile now.
Mhm.
I took over the old Off the Hook podcast Instagram. So it's officially like my own NFL Instagram page for my podcast. I got a great follow last night from dang, I forgot his name already. Ross Tucker, the Ross Tucker podcast
Mhm.
is a retired NFL legend, played for the New England Patriots, linebacker, is a Grammy-winning sports podcaster. Followed the podcast page yesterday. So if you do have Instagram, it is at the Bree Network Pod is the Instagram handle. So
Awesome. Peace, y'all. All right.